J17C48. The following archive contains a PCAP capture of a machine that was conducting an unauthorized port scan. We want to know what information the malicious actor had received. What is the state of port 5357 based on the scan that was conducted? So first, we're going to need to identify the scan, and then second, we need to identify what intel the attacker gained from port 5357. So here we have CND L1 Scan 1 PCAP opened up in Wireshark. And we are steadily getting a little bit harder with these PCAPs. We're here. We now have some regular HTTP traffic. And if we continue to scroll down, we see this barcode striping pattern. So on PCAPs that have more traffic in them, this is more along the lines of what you would see or what a scan would look like. If you have your color turned on, one of the easier ways to be able to see a scan is seeing this barcode pattern. You're always going to get something like that because there's always going to be these reset packets on the closed port. So when the server is responding that the port is closed, it's going to set a reset packet, and these are always going to be colored red within Wireshark. So that's a good starting place to kind of figure out if a scan was conducted. So we look at these packets, right? Here we have 192.168.65.20, and it looks like they were scanning or sending a SYN packet to the 10.50.35.99. And they're going from a series of random high ports, to a bunch of different service ports. And then these are going to be the packets, the reset packets on those ports that were closed. So to answer this question, right, we're looking at what the port state of 5357 was. So we go TCP dot port. All right, let's do dest port equals 5357. And we need to remember what our scanning IP was and which one was the target. In this case, there is only the scan traffic in this packet, but when you get larger packets that have other hosts in it, you might have some of your results might not be part of the scan. But in this case, right, we can look at the traffic here. I would always right-click, follow TCP stream so that we get the full set of traffic, right? If we wouldn't have done that, we would have missed this packet here because the 5357 was the source port. Because this is where the server was responding back with a SYN ACK. So if we look at what happened here, right? The 192.168.65.28 sent a SYN packet out to port 5357. That server, the 10.50.35.99, responded with a SYN ACK, telling the attacker that this port was open. And then the attacker acknowledged it, right, with this ACK, completing that three-way handshake. So this would be a TCP connect scan. And then the attacker had no more use for this port, right? Didn't want to tie up its own resources. So it sent the reset packet and terminated that connection. But to answer this question, what is the state of port 5357 based on the scan? In this case, it would be open because the server responded with that SYN ACK.